So to create capacity reservation, I'll have to click on create capacity reservation. Let's say I mention the name to be 3 Athena provision capacity, and I'll have to mention, I can mention minimum 24 DPU and a maximum of 1000 DPU per account per region. So let me mention 25. Remember, this is not free. And sorry, I cannot mention 25. It has to be 28. So it starts with 24, and I can make an increment in four increments. So it can be 24, 28, 32, 36, etc. Now there's some pricing for DPU, which I'll tell you in the pricing section. And the minimum pricing would be for 1 hour. So as I'm taking 28 DPUs, it'll cost me 28 into 0.3 dollars for the hour. The minimum pricing is 1 hour. And let me add a tag, and I'll just mention the name and then do a review and submit. So the status is currently pending. What would happen is it might take certain amount of time for this to become active. So now it is in active state. So what I'll have to do is that I'll have to attach this work group or associate this provision capacity to one of the work groups. So from here I can only edit and cancel. So again, it has become active. So click on it, and I can cancel the capacity reservation also because it has not been used anymore. Now here I can see multiple metrics, but I have work groups also. So I can attach or associate this particular capacity reservation with one or more work groups. So what will I do? I'll add just one work group, which is ad hoc analytics work group. So here, now whenever I run any queries in that particular work group, and in this particular in this matrix, it will show us the amount of data that has been analyzed, the amount of DPU that has been used, the amount of DPU that has been consumed and allocated and consumed by work group. I can look at it work group level also, and the DPU utilization. So these are the metrics that I can see. So that's how capacity reservation works. And what happens is that it might be the case that you don't get the capacity all the time, and don't keep it active always because you'll be charged a lot. So it's okay if you do not do the hands-on also, that's perfectly fine. Just remember that there's a way to provide dedicated compute capacity to your work group, and what we have to do is that we'll have to create capacity reservations and then associate the reservation with the work group. So once it is done, you can go to actions and then click on cancel. So it will cancel the capacity reservation and you'll not be charged anymore. So it will show you that capacity reservation is cancellation is in progress. So once it is cancelled, you can see that in the capacity reservation page in the status value. So it will show that it is cancelled. So that's all about WLM. So as I already mentioned that it is not as sophisticated as that of Redshift WLM. It's very rudimentary because, as I said, I mean, we'll use Athena for ad hoc analytics. It is not a full-fledged data warehousing system. That's why we do not have too much of workload management in Athena, because at the end of the day, there's no way that will be storing the record in some way. Like in Redshift, we can mention the physical distribution of the rows, the sorting or ordering of the rows, etc. But here we know that the records or the data would be stored in S3, and I'll have to use it in some way or the other. So that's why the WLM or workload management in Athena is as much. So that's all about it. Let's go to the next section.